Oop bop shabam. Okay. We're talking about the difference in the swing, the freedom of the rhythm section. Now we're going to talk about the offbeat rhythms. Earlier when we were talking about Duke's music, we talked about the ragtime rhythm, pop, 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 pop. Dizzy and them and their big band, they developed another way of playing the offbeats where they play a line and they play on them. They put a big accent on the end of beats. It's easy for that to drag. So when you're rehearsing, take time on this effect and make sure that it comes out right. Let's start from the beginning. The beginning of this song is something that's set to not sound good. That major seventh triplet. So we got to start off, make sure that our brass section is ready to play it. 1, 2, Okay, let's go again. We're gonna go one more time. I want a heavier accent on those. Follow the lead trumpet. 1, 2, Bop your bell. Okay, now this is the changing of the dynamics every 2 bars at A. Okay, obviously we have something soft and then something loud. A lot of these effects come from Claude Thornhill's orchestra. They had a way of playing where Claude's music, the piano will come in and it will be very soft and it'll be very elegant, and then the band will come in and it will be really, really loud. And this goes back to the very beginnings of jazz, the juxtaposition of hot and sweet, of red and blue. So we have to realize that this is a dialogue that's running through. The concept of a few people playing softly and a lot of people playing very loudly. This gives us an opportunity to exaggerate these things. A good way to rehearse it is to really exaggerate it. So to play the singing part pianissimo and play the loud part really, really loud. Let's try that. At letter A, we'll go 2 bars really, really soft and really loud. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You get the gist of what I'm talking about. That's a good way to rehearse any type of extremes in dynamics. Rehearse with the extremes, and then you meet kind of somewhere in the middle. It's always a lot better. Now, the drums at letter C. It's important for the drums to lead us through this double background part. The brass have big, wide open sound. It's like the guts of the chords, the bottom, and the saxophones are playing a line that runs in between that. This is an opportunity for the band to really just open up. And I always love to hear a band, when it's time to open up, play really loud. This gives our drummer a chance to show off and playing these fills. In the 4th bar of C, start from the downbeat, bringing the brass section in. And not that much other opportunity. One thing I want us to be aware of is the time on the breaks. When you have a break, like we have a trumpet break or trombone break, 2 bars before F. When you have a break, it's important to articulate the time and be conscious of where you are. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it is, the whole band is dependent on you to maintain the momentum of the swing. This type of music is designed for the kind of stream of 16 notes. And the one thing you realize about the style of bebop is that inside of the fast playing, there's a shuffle. It's kind of hard to even, because if there wasn't a shuffle, it would be, but it's, so that's kind of a hard thing for us to get, especially for our younger players. Remember, when you're playing those steady streams of 16 notes, it's not just like some type of etude or something. It has to have a lilt in the swing. And also remember that Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie were playing melodies when they played at that fast speed. It's not just scales. Letter K, we have a background part to a tenor solo, one of these loud backgrounds. When you're playing a solo and you have a loud background, some backgrounds you have to figure out how you're going to work with it. This is an example of it. In this entire piece, the background at K, I suggest for band directors, record just the background part and let your solos get a tape of it and take it home and work with that background. Because these backgrounds can't really be changed. Also, the trumpet background, at letter F, G, let's just hear the background parts without the soloist. Listen to how little space there is. So the soloist has to figure out where they're gonna play. Letter F. 1, 2, 1, You gotta fit in there. Y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. Y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. Okay, the only thing I can say about this singing is this kind of stuff can be very corny. So you have to be dedicated to it. And you have to listen to the tape and try to sing it the way they sing it. Because the more this kind of... Yeah.
I can say something. You know, this whole tune is a dedication to Kenny Clark. So it was sung with you know, love and respect for him in mind. And Kloop is his nickname. Kenny Clark's nickname, Kloop. So when they're singing, everybody's singing about him. And they love the way he plays. And Kloop was the rhythms that he would play. And that was a nickname for it. So the whole thing came out of love for him.
Can you give us an example, like we say it's the rhythms he played? Like what?
Like Kloop, the mop was on the bass drum, Kloop was on the snare. Kaboom. Like stuff like that. Or those types of things. They were called Kloop mops.
Can you sing like 4 or 5 bars of it or something?
All right. Start swinging. It's important. It's important wherever you can find the backstory on these songs, because the songs have a lot in them. It's not just the music. It's always something underneath the music. And the higher quality a piece of jazz is, the more of these type of personalisms and regional things and references to music will be in this music. And what else are we going to put in it? So, you know, it has that. And it also has whatever our thing is. But so it's important to know about Kenny Clark, to know about Kloop, the way he played. He freed the ride cymbal up a certain way. I mean, people were playing free on the ride cymbal, but he was able to play it a certain way. You got something you want to say about Kloop, Ali?
Kenny Clark represented the preeminent bebop drummer.
What does that mean?
He brought the kind of vocabulary or bebop vocabulary what Vince was just singing. Drummers didn't necessarily play with all of those feels and hits before Kenny Clark. He was the kind of cat that made it very slick, and how he would comp.
Okay, well, show us how they would play before him and how he played.
I mean, they would just be like,